Hey, it's Steve Thomas, and in this video I want to show you how I'm using Procreate on my iPad to do Inktober 2020. So let's dive in. First of all, I'm using this iPad Pro 12.9 inch and my Apple Pencil. Now this is first generation, and here's what we're doing. So it's super fun. First thing, I want to open up my Procreate app, and what I've done is I've created a stack. So if you go back to the main thing, you can create stacks of images, and so I've named this one Inktober 2020. And let me just show you what I've done real quick. The cool feature of Procreate is when you're inside of a gallery like this, if you double pinch and zoom out, you can actually get a preview and scroll through all of the images, which is pretty sweet. So this is Inktober 2020. Today is October 12th, so I'm on day 12, and the prompt today is slippery. But you can see I've done 10 out of 11. I missed radio. And so real quickly, just to show you what I've done so far, this is Fish, kind of fun, from Umbrella Academy. This is Wisp, kind of a will-o'-the-wisp character. This is Bulky, so a little bodybuilder action. But this is Blade, the character, Marvel character Blade, Wesley Snipes. This is Rodent, you know, it's just kind of cute. And then this one is Fancy. I thought I'd go for a real minimalist one on this. This is Teeth. It's supposed to be a shark mouth, but it can be any monster you want. This is Throw. We enjoy throwing our great niece around in the pool. And this was yesterday's Hope. No, 2 days ago, Hope. And then here is Disgusting. I decided this year that the reason I wanted to do Procreate for Inktober is because, you know, I do all of my artwork in Procreate these days. Cartoonist Guide for the Bible is done 100% drawn in Procreate. I also use another app called Comic Draw, and then I end up on my desktop in Photoshop, but that's another video. But right now I just want to show you what I'm doing. Another reason I'm doing it in Procreate is because I'm playing around with social media stuff this year, and just everything's digital, and so I decided that I would create a square canvas. So let me give you the canvas dimensions here. So in Procreate, you can go to your wrench and then go to canvas. If you go to canvas information, it gives you the specs on your canvas. And so this is a square canvas. It's 300 DPI, which means it's print quality. And at 300 DPI, it's actually almost 7 inches by 7 inches. So it's a fairly big square. Like if I were in a real sketchbook, I would do that. And then another thing that's really cool, something that's new in the most recent version of Procreate 5.x, is this thing called reference. Open up yesterday's prompt, which was disgusting, and what I've done is I've used the reference tool. And what's cool is you can either choose the canvas itself, so that when you zoom in you know where you are on the canvas. That's kind of cool. Or you can choose an image from your photo gallery to be your reference, and so you can zoom in on that. And so I just used this photograph of a fly's head as a very loose reference for drawing my cartoon fly. And obviously I took a lot of liberties because it's cartoon. So that's how that works. And let me open up. So what I'll do is my daily practice is, since we're now on day 12, I'll come and I'll take this canvas and I'll duplicate it so that I have tomorrow's ready. Then I'll rename it. Now here's what's really cool in this most recent version of Procreate is you can actually, you don't have to type, you can actually write. So I'm gonna hand write in here 12. And then the prompt for today is slippery. So I'm just going to handwrite slippery, and hit done, and boom, now I have slippery. I'll tap that once and it'll open up. So what I'm trying to do is simulate doing it traditionally, like just ink and black and white. And so I've chosen created a limited palette that I'm calling Inktober, where I have the non-photo blue here, and then I have black to white, and then 80, 60, 40, 20% gray. And I actually created that value scale here with my colors completely desaturated, and then you can just see the scale from 0, which is full black, to 100%, which is full white, and then you can change that. But then I just created this palette. So what I'll do is I've chosen the background color is a 60% gray, so it's got that middle tone gray. So I've got to pull out my highlights and obviously put in my blacks. And so the last thing I'll show you is, first thing I'll do is I'll take I like to use the Max Use Sketch Marker Soft is the brush that I like to use to sketch in, and I'll just show you how I'm sketching like this. I don't know what I'm going to do for slippery today, but I'll just put in the non-photo blue sketch line, but then I will cheat just a little bit and I'll create a second layer on top of that. And then I have been using this Crumbrushian. I downloaded a pack of inking brushes last year, and it's a really cool ink pack. It's called Inking Pens, and it's a cartoonist pack built off of famous cartoonists. So yesterday when I did the disgusting one, I chose Bill Watterson's brush, which is trying to emulate the style of Calvin and Hobbes. Not that I think that's disgusting, because I think that's awesome, but I thought that the really rough style of that brush would lend itself to that. But I have mostly been using this Crumbrushian, and so I'll come in here and go to my 100% black, and I'll just start inking, just like I would if I were on paper. So I'll do an ink like that. And then what I've decided to do is my shading. So I'll get rid of my blue, turn off the blue layer. And I really love the Max U gouache pack. It's a really cool brush package. So I'll come in here and I will choose my grays, and I'll actually use the gouache to create any kind of gray tones or half tones that I want, like that. And then I'll go back to my brush and I'll do highlights. Now you can zoom in and I'll do highlights like that. Sweet. So that's it. We'll see what I come up with for slippery today, but that's what I'm doing this year in Inktober 2020. Doing it in Procreate, all digital, because why not? I do all my artwork digital, so I hope that maybe you can jump in on Inktober. It's super fun. It's not a competition, it's just a big art party. Post everything with hashtag Inktober 2020, put it on social media, and scroll through millions of artists doing that. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.